Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome to the ever-growing popular series, Yay or Nay Smash Bros. Edition. If you haven't been here before and you're wondering what this is, or if you're wondering how to participate, well, this intro is for you. So very simple. Each Monday, for you, the viewer, you will get 2 uploads right here on this channel, so make sure you're subscribed for that. But you'll get 2 uploads, the first video being a Yay or Nay video focused on one specific character, oftentimes requested by you guys. Then the second video will be an updated stat version for all the characters so far involved. It's very fun to gauge interest. So how the series works, the first video will take that character, we will talk about their series, we might even talk about their popularity, maybe some relevancy, maybe some random facts, because why not? And then at the end of the video, I should say, we all vote, yay, we want to see this character, or nay, we don't want to see this character. It's a pretty simple concept. So yeah, it's just a cool way to gauge interest in the Smash community for who they want to see. And by the way, if you're listening this far into the rules, thank you. If you want to participate in any past videos, there is a link in the description to the playlist for the Yay or Nay series. Click that and vote properly for each corresponding video. That's it for the rules. Let's get to the rest of the video. Oh, we got ourselves a very intriguing 4-in-1 type of character. Yes, today's focus is actually all 4 of the champions from Breath of the Wild. Mipha, Deru, Herbosa, and Rivali. All 4 of them. So, like I said, it's a 4-in-1 type of character because I think that could make... Look, I know there's some people that are kind of against more first party, but think of how unique this would be. Right? I'm not saying all 4 are going to be on the battlefield at the same time, but they'd probably have some sort of swapping mechanic because, let's face it, 4 of them on the field at the same time, yeah, the Switch, there's no way they could handle that. So, yes, 4-in-1, all 4 champions, some sort of swapping mechanic. So you have essentially 4 different play styles of characters in one that you can switch into whenever you want. So this could make for perhaps the most unique character or characters, playstyle, whatever, that we have ever seen in the entire Smash Bros. Well, existence. So that should be fun if this were to happen. So 4 distinct battle styles you can swap into. It makes it for like an extremely chaotic yet enjoyable experience. So you know what? Let's jump into it, right? All 4 of them. So oh geez, where do I start? Look, all 4 of them, I guess here's a point. All 4 of these characters are referred to as a champion simply due to their exceptional skill and they're tasked with piloting a divine beast, which, let's face it, most likely the final smash. And all 4 of them would have a similar final smash because it's the divine beast, but they each have their own individual one. So yeah, divine beast, final smash for all of them, but it's, you know, altered based on the character you use. So kind of a cool thing. So, oh geez, where else do we want to go? Let's talk sales numbers real quick if anyone cares about that. Look, okay, so let's just, first we're going to talk just the Breath of the Wild game, right? Just the Breath of the Wild game here. Now, as we all know, that game did pretty okay in terms of sales numbers, right? That game sold over 23 million copies, with 22 million of those coming from the Switch version. And actually almost 2 million on the Wii U. So that's like a huge accomplishment, right? Man, yeah. So, but Legend of Zelda as a whole, I mean, we know this. Legend of Zelda is one of Nintendo's absolute biggest franchises that they own. So if you look at the sales figures for the entire Legend of Zelda franchise, or at least just the main series things, the series has actually surpassed 116 million copies sold, with, let's face it, many more millions on the way. With Skyward Sword, doesn't that come out this month, I think? I'm not buying it, but I think that's this month. And then, of course, Breath of the Wild 2. Hey, E3's literally around the corner, knocking at our door, so, I mean, we should see something on that eventually, so. But, yeah, with a couple more Legend of Zelda games to come during a big anniversary for the series, yeah, it's going to sell many millions more. So we'll see how that does. But I guess the point of the sales numbers, yes, people enjoy the series. People like to buy it. So yeah, we'll see how Breath of the Wild 2 ends up playing out in the end. But I want to focus on, how do I want to do moveset here? Okay, for each character, I'm only going to show off one potential move for each individual champion. So Mipha will get one, Rivali gets one, Deru I'll show one, and Herbosa I'm going to show one. So yeah, here we go. Let's start with Mipha, shall we? So Mipha is a very skilled character with like a trident slash spear type of weapon. So that's already cool. As well as water attacks, really cool stuff with, well, quite a bit of, I don't know, water. I was going to say aerobics. It's not, not water aerobics, but water abilities. So I think that's the best way to put it. So for this possible attack here, it's going to be her ability to summon these little water fountains. And I think it can have multiple uses, honestly. So she could summon one of these from the ground, and if it ends up being summoned underneath the feet of an opponent, well, the opponent will probably take some damage and then get launched upwards. So it could kind of start a combo, but from a little bit of a distance. And then, of course, she's got the spear slash trident weapon, which might have some good range to it. So, maybe a forward air, you just kind of jab the trident forward. So, could be something interesting. But then in the Age of Calamity games, she uses these, the water fountains, if that's what they're actually called, I don't know. But she uses these to actually teleport. So you could also use the water fountains itself as like a up special, right? The longer you hold it, maybe the higher she ends up recovering or something like that. So yeah, like water fountains, and of course I said spear trident wielder. So there's plenty for Mipha to do, but the video can only be so long. I don't want it to drag for so long, so we're only going to show one move per champion. So let's move to the next one, shall we? Up next is going to be Rivali. So Rivali is actually very skilled with a bow. So that's the beautiful thing, I should say, about each of these champions. They each bring their own distinct battle style. So Mipha with, trident and spear and kind of water abilities. I was going to say aerobics again. This is weird. But with all that, so she could kind of be like a faster type of character. Rivali, being very skilled with a bow, allows him to kind of rapidly fire off quick projectiles, just kind of like being a little bit of like a credible threat as a zoner type character potentially. So for Rivali, the attack that I'm choosing is from Age of Calamity here. It is called the Cryonis. Now he's not the only one that can do this, but like I think he's the only one that does like the 4 ice blocks. So this would be a very interesting move, right? Rivali summons out, which it's basically a block of ice, and it could be used to pretty much block an incoming path. For projectiles, the opponent running at you. So it just gives like it gives him a little bit of a shield. It kind of gives not a shield around him, but it's like an ice block that gets placed in front of him. So it absorbs any incoming attack basically. But the ice block, if it's not broken, you can stand on top of it, use it as a platform. If you happen to drop the ice block, say, on the opponent, well, guess what? They're going to take damage of that, and then you might even have the ability to, freeze them for a brief period of time, setting up some more plays. So it could be a fun idea. Plus, being a zoner, when your opponent's trying to rush you down, you got a way to kind of say, halt, stop. You're not going any further. I'm taking control of this match. So, kind of an interesting little thing for Rivali there. But let's move on to the next one. Next champion, Deru. Now, Deru, more than likely, would have to be the big heavy hitter of the bunch for obvious reasons. So he is very skilled with like this giant blade. Yeah, I know, haha, another sword user, but he does so much more. I'm just saying that's probably his base weapon, and then he's got other abilities he can use. For example, oh, by the way, the giant blade, maybe it could rival like Ganondorf's powerful blade in terms of like knockback, you could say. So like it's gonna do a truckload of damage, as well as send you flying into the next stage for the next match, right? So, but getting away from the sword, what else could he bring? How about this? The possible attack for Deru, he could summon out like one of these magma pillars, basically, and obviously the pillar would deal damage once it protrudes from the ground, right? And then, Deru could even follow it up, making the pillars explode, causing like debris to go flying in all sorts of different directions, which could then hit opponents, dealing even more damage. So, kind of a 2-in-1 type of attack, 2 effects, if you will. First, the pillar comes popping up, and then if Darude wants to, or Darude, what is this, sandstorm? But if Daruk wants to go, you know, a little bit farther, you can make the magma pillars, if you will. Just make them explode. So he's got some more follow-ups, and he's got other things like rolling around would be a fun little gimmick for his dash attack, where he actually rolls into the opponent and actually does damage. No dashing animations do attacks, or deals damage, I should say. So the dashing animation for Daruk, maybe you make it where he rolls and he actually rolls into an opponent. So it's not his dash attack, but it's just the dashing animation that does damage as well. So I don't know, something else to think about. But final champion here, Herbosa. Well, what do I say about her? Wow, she's very skilled with a scimitar, which is kind of another sword. But let's move past that. Okay, let's look at what else she brings to the table. She does have the ability to command lightning. Now, there's a lot of stuff you can mix in with this. So, mixing the sword attacks with the lightning could have the ingredients for some very deadly potential, right? So, the attack here that I'm going to show is her slashing her scimitar, while multiple, like, lightning bolts come striking down, you know, right in front of her, you know, possibly hitting, well, or once it hits the opponent, maybe it stuns them a little bit. I don't know, that's something to kind of play around with. You could even play around with varying degrees of lightning bolts, maybe just one, maybe, you know, it could, I don't know, for smash attack, maybe she actually just summons out a bolt of lightning or something like that. I don't know. There's a lot you could do with the scimitar, of course, because it's a sword, LOL, but you could also do a lot with the lightning as well. So there's so much potential with each of these characters that there's too much to cover for me to do in this one video. So hopefully I kind of did all four champions a little bit of justice, but I'm sure if you know what the four champions are, well, then you know what they're capable of. So for me, this is the yay or nay series, right? Now, gonna be honest here. Gotta be honest. This isn't a character that I'm like actively rooting for, but I'm just gonna say yay on the ground of two different reasons. One, most of us agree, Legend of Zelda needs a new rep. Hands down agree. I'll take whoever they give us, as long as it's a fresh face, right? It's not another Link or Zelda or Sheik or Ganondorf. No, give me somebody different. These give me 4 new faces. That makes up for all the years that we haven't had anything new. So that's one. And then the second reason, probably the main reason, a 4-in-1 type of character, 4 different play styles, so unique from each other. Yes, that'd be a really cool look. I know there'd be some people that'll be disappointed if a first party character ends the Fighter's Pass, but having 4 characters in one, yeah, I can't, I would not argue with that whatsoever. It's not how I would hope it would end the Fighter's Pass, but the potential there is so off the charts that I'd sit back and play these characters all day, every day, whatever it is. So, yeah, for me, it's a big yay. Let me know what you guys think about the 4 champions. Would you like to see all 4 champions as one playable character with the swap mechanic? Yeah, either yay or nay. That's all it is. So, yeah, that is it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed as always. Friendly reminder, double upload today. The yay or nay stats will be uploaded a few hours after this video goes live, so make sure you check that out. See who rises and who falls in the rankings. You might be surprised. But, yep, that is it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed as always, and I guess I'll see you when I'm looking at you.